Globally, climate change is causing sea levels to rise at accelerating rates. Some of the early work identified San Mateo County as one of the most vulnerable counties in California, indeed the entire country, to sea level rise.
I think sea level rise is definitely an issue in the community. And what we have seen, for example, in a rain that we had a couple of years ago, is that many of those homes that are kind of right next to the creek, they got flooded, and it was not a small flood. It was a big flood that took a lot of us by surprise. I do remember going out to those homes and, people's kitchens and living rooms were, up to a person's knee of water. In many instances, you're talking about farm workers and low-income families that earn very low wages.
I'm fearful that with sea level rise, the flooding will return and likely worsen. And when I think of all of this going away, it's honestly heartbreaking because it's destroying the community that I love, the community that has nurtured me and has raised me, and all of the natural beauty that has shaped me into the person I am.
We have great access to all of our beaches. That could all be lost in the future. We have a responsibility as stewards of the land today to make sure that it's there for our children, and in my case, for my grandchildren.
An important part of state parks' response to the sea level rise is to maintain public access to the coastline. A lot of our natural resources and our cultural resources are actually located on the coastline, and it's very tied to our identity as Californians.
Sea level rise is going to cause numerous problems for farmers. There could be more saltwater intrusion, which is another big problem in certain areas. And then also critical infrastructure, roadways that we use to get to our farms and other things will also be affected negatively.
The study we're working on right now is looking at coastal hazards and the potential impacts from coastal erosion, coastal wave flooding, and how those are going to change with sea level rise. So we're looking at the transportation, the beach access and state parks. We're looking at agriculture, we're looking at water supply, wastewater, and how the changes from the different coastal hazards may impact life along the South County coast. Once we identify each of these hazards and what's potentially impacted, then we're going to start to talk about solutions. What can we do to reduce the risk and vulnerability? And that's where we need the community input. We want to make sure that this is widely respected and involved process.
We need to start involving Spanish-speaking community members that have long roots in this community to be part of the solutions so that the solutions are going to be beneficial for everybody. I think they have a lot to say and to contribute, and let's just get them invited to the table.
I know that Pescadero and the South Coast is a very strong community, and I have to have hope in the end that we're all going to look out for each other. No matter what happens, no matter what's destroyed, we're always going to be one people.
So I think it's really incredibly important that the whole political body be educated about, solutions, the future, responsibility, how we're going to deal with this. We have to deal with it collectively as a whole and not just as a part.